the term Moor started to become interchangeable with the term black, because it was basically the same thing. But when the slave trade started, they tried to objectify black people, Moorish people. So they would use the term interchangeably, and they would just switch on to calling people black. There was even a boxer out of Virginia who was very popular in the early 1800s named Tom Molyneux, and his nickname was the Moor. So that name was definitely used interchangeably with black or Negro at that time.
When the Moors went into Europe, they changed the appearance of the population. Do you see? So you have Italians, Spaniards being darker than the Scandinavians. A Scandinavian person told me that they never considered the Italians or Jewish people to be white. Do you see? Because the lighter people are further north.
From the same root, the same Moor root, and Latin mores, moraine, Maurice, Morris, Morero, Maureen, Mary, Marie, you understand? We can derive Moor, M-A-U-R, Morus, M-A-U-R-U-S, Mara, M-A-R-R-A, Moro, M-O-R-O, Morisco, M-O-R-I-S-C-O, or Morisco, Mohr, M-O-H-R, Moritz, M-O-R-I-T-Z, Moor, M-O-O-R-R, Moru, M-O-R-U, Maru, M-A-R-U, Morello, M-O-R-E-L-O, Moretta, M-A-U-R-E-T-A, Mauritania, M-A-U-R-E-T-A-N-I-A, believe this is correct. Morocco, we also have Morocco, M-O-R-O-C-C-O, Maurice, Moraine, Morin, Morian, Moretto, and so on and so forth. Was that now the Oxford Dictionary definition is this: the Moors were, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, commonly supposed to be mostly black or very swarthy, and hence the word is often used for Negro. Swarthy. What does swarthy mean? Swarthy from care, Keir, K-E-I-R, Gaelic name.
We're calling out the nationalists, the Pan-Africanists. We're calling out our people. We can get back to having intellectual dialogues later. But this right here, in fact, if you ask me, this is far more bigger than any Kemet Armageddon War conference that could ever take place. Because this is going to go down in history for generations to come. And we will have this thing circulated around the country. As I'm currently holding this picture up, see yourselves at this table. This is an opportunity to do to this no-good bastard what they have done to us and still intend to do to us based on some of their laws that they have in this country right now. So, man, we can have this photo of us put on the streets of Harlem, in Compton, California, in Mexico, all through Philadelphia, Tennessee, wherever. And let's start the process of changing our image from being gangbangers and big niggas and big booty bitches and all this crap that we got playing on these local videos and whatnot. BET. Let's see if BET and the NAACP will promote this kind of imagery for the sake of our conscious upliftment. Let's see if this photo will have the impact that we know it's going to have ultimately. Now, myself, there are some brothers, I won't say what circle they come from, they're concerned with who's going to control the image of this kind of photo. As we all rally around this project, it's not about black power, it's not about Moorish science, it's not about our beliefs, our doctrines, or any agenda that we stand on as of current. It's about imagery, positive images that we're trying to create for them young for that young sister that just walked by, for them young brothers. And so in this generation, we can start that process, and following the next generation as they grow up, they will see themselves in a higher light. Their self-esteem will be energized. And when they see these false depictions of these Greeks and these Romans, they would say, nah, man, that's not what's up. That's not official. That's not authentic. So as we used to say in the Ancient of Days, that we were gods. And indeed we were. We still are. The only difference from that day to this day is that when our family said they were gods, they showed and proved they were gods. Today we are showing it, and we're going to start reproving it by creating our own image, not just the one around the brownstone step, but we're going to show it religiously, because religious domination is where the European has really took a strong hold in our minds. If you ask anybody walking by right now, sisters and brothers alike, they know when they say their prayers, this is going on inside their psychic. We got to get rid of this crap. How can this be the case for those who subscribe to the Bible if the scriptures said he had hair like lamb's wool, feet like fine brass, skin like had been burnt in an oven? For those who subscribe, yeah, Reggie's got a, excellent. For those who subscribe to this type of thinking, it's time that you stand up now and take your place in the affairs of men and women and stop being cowards. Stand up with race pride and create your own images. Don't let your images, well, we cannot no longer let our images be depicted by Fox News and CNN and these European social media, excuse me, not social media, but European medium forums. It's time that we strike back at the history that is still launching its assault on us.
Let me say something, brother.
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick, because the thought came to mind when you were showing this right here. And I want to, Reggie, you looking? I want to ask you, Brother Roy Bay, what if we do a picture like this?
So-called Jesus makes the 13, but it's the 12 disciples that's supposed to be at his side, 6 on each side.
Now check this out. What if we had a Moor, a Hebrew, a Christian,
Come on.
a Muslim,
Nice.
a 5%er,
Beautiful.
you know, like different
Yes.
variations of what
Yes.
we represent today.
Yes, yes.
A Mason, and everybody wear their garb.
That's right,
And we
brother.
sit down at the table, and that right there shows, even though we have differences amongst ourselves,
right.
we are still united when it's time to be united.
That's right, brother.
Just like the so-called Jews do, they are divided, but when it's time for them to come together to strike a blow for their freedom, they come together. So what if we do that? That right there will show the image of, yeah, we fight amongst ourselves, but we still love each other, and we are brothers of one another. We still have our discussions. So you might have a Muslim sitting at the table,
Yes, sir.
a Christian, a Hebrew, a Moor, a Black Power soldier, a Nation of Islam,
That's right.
a 5%er, a Freemason. But we are all brothers, and it shows the unity amongst our people.
right.
Think about that right there. I think that'll be even powerful, brother. What do you think about that? And look, all of us are showing, you're going to have on your fez a brother with the fez, a brother with the Nation of Islam with his bow tie, a Muslim brother with his crown on, the 5% brother with his Star of David,
That's right.
the Black Power brother with his red, black, and green. So that will be our supper. We need to change the image of these bastards and show our youth coming up that this is what we represent.
right.
Think about that. What do you think about that?
Well, that's why. So I mentioned the various groups in the community, so they can come out,
When you said that, I
right,
thought about it.
and participate in the very manner that Brother Sanetta just stated. This is serious business. This is serious business, and this is our first attempt. So what's that? Yes, yes. Right, right. Nice,
We
nice.
need to redo it.
Now listen, right, beautiful, right. They need to see, in fact about it, in every generation going forward, we need to start the process of reconstructing every image that they put before us over the last who knows how many years. You see? Because every time you see us an image on Hollywood movies, as you look at the movies in Hollywood, and you see the so-called black male image, he is largely depicted in the role of submission. He is depicted in either with a basketball in his hand, maybe he's in jail, he's gang banging as a blood or a crip somewhere.
Praise God, my son. You saved my. You're a Moor.
Yes, I am.
Why not? I have a ship.
Your ship? Forgive me, my lord. I don't mean to be critical, but you Moors don't make very good sailors.
You cannot save those people, Christian, but you can save me.
They're coming, Robin. Robin, come on!
Christian! Why should I? For pity's sake. Mine is a sentence of death.
No, Robin, he's a Moor. Don't listen to him.
Set me free. I will show you a way out.
A curse on Moors and Saracens. Were it not for their ungodly ways, Master Robin would never have left. What manner of name is Hazim? Irish? Cornish?
Moorish.
Look to her, Moor. If thou hast eyes to see. She has deceived her father, and made thee.
My life upon her faith.
Dance well, Moor. Starting to like this word more, less and less.
Oh, you're a Moor.
Yes, I have. Been one for years.
You're a Moor.
And a big one at that.
You're a Moor.
I am a Moor. My mother was Moor.
And so on. Now, from this same root, the same Moor root and Latin mores, moraine, Maurice, Morris, Morero, Maureen, Mary, Marie, you understand? We can derive Moor, M-A-U-R, Morus, M-A-U-R-U-S, Mara, M-A-R-R-A, Moro, M-O-R-O, Morisco, M-O-R-I-S-C-O, or Morisco, Mohr, M-O-H-R, Moritz, M-O-R-I-T-Z, Moor, M-O-O-R-R, Moru, M-O-R-U, Maru, M-A-R-U, Morello, M-O-R-E-L-O, Moretta, M-A-U-R-E-T-A, Mauritania, M-A-U-R-E-T-A-N-I-A, believe this is correct. Morocco, we also have Morocco, M-O-R-O-C-C-O, Maurice, Moraine, Morin, Morian, Moretto, and so on and so forth. Was that terrific? Now, the Oxford Dictionary definition is this. The Moors were, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, commonly supposed to be mostly black or very swarthy, and hence the word is often used for Negro. Swarthy. What does swarthy mean? Swarthy from care, Keir, K-E-I-R, Gaelic name.
What personal qualities do you bring to the role of what has been described as the princely Moor?
I actually am representing a race of people who were civilized at a time when, in the Middle Ages, Europe was a rather backward place. So we were over there fighting in the Crusades. Robin Hood and I run into each other in the dungeon. We're both prisoners, and we break out together. Me with some help from him with some help from me. So my character actually is one who is rather exotic, and you put him in a place like England, and he just watches the way you would in any situation where you're in a different and, for all intents and purposes, we can say backward culture. You know, it's just one of wonder. You know, this is how you live. Ugh.
if he's shown in a family-like role, you always see the setup to where his woman is checking him and critiquing him, and he's not really the head of household, and he's often very passive, never, strong, dominant, radical, or revolutionary. So
inheritance comes through the mother, not the father. Never. He's a steward. And when we get that straight, we'll be straight.
But don't the father determine the seed?
No,
you
the
are
father,
what your father
no,
is. You saying that you are what the mother is?
Yeah, you, Sanetta, are what your mama made you. You best believe. And anything short of that is dishonor to your mother.
But inside of the sperm, there's intelligence.
No.
There's light.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. But let me put it to you.
Go ahead.
The seed is not your sperm. That's the first thing that has been told. That's a lie. The seed is the seed of thought. That's the seed. All right? So walking around thinking, well, the seed is what comes out of my penis, when we having sexual intercourse, is incorrect. Not only that whatever comes out of there was given to you by your mother. Or not. And we can have another interview on that.
You know what? This is interesting because I was interviewing a few people on this same topic. They brought it up. And the brother said that the egg that's inside is just a dead egg until that life.
Okay,
because
all right.
we carry the life in it that strikes the egg.
You carry the spark of life.
Right,
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Okay.
So check it out. I'm glad you said it and you put it on the table. All that is needed, every daughter that is born with enough eggs in her womb to create a nation. All that those eggs need, and there's some that don't need it, is a spark of electricity. And your sperm offers a spark of electricity. But that's not the only way to get the spark. You better believe that. That's why they have intravenous where they put it in the centrifuge and it's gold line, because gold is a spark.
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me you believe or you subscribe to the teachings that a woman could give birth without being touched by a man.
Yeah, well, she most certainly can. And if you would like to have an interview on that and give you all the science on it, you most certainly can, because that's what parthenogens were for.
Parthenogenesis.
Yes, that's what parthenogens, which is a building that the women went to, and they gave all the credit to Greeks. That's not Greek Parthenogens.
Can you show me one woman on the planet that has brought forth a child without being
The Amazon women always did it. The amazing women, they always did it. You know that to be true. And that's South America. Oh, yeah, you gotta laugh now.
And in biology, something called autofecundity in biology.
Yeah, that's true. It's in biology.
Natural Tahuti gonna love this right here.
And also,
believe that.
like you said, the sisters, the daughters now who don't have mates, they don't have men as mates, are being artificially inseminated and having birth.
Yeah.
Without the usage. They're utilizing sperm, but without a man.
No, but that's different.
But the other reason why women the other reason why women aren't doing that as often is because of we're not taking care of ourselves in terms of eating right and fiber. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. You got another question?
What is the woman's role? What is the science of woman in government?
Oh, she's the lawgiver. She lays down the law. Give you an example in a very intrinsic way. When you were born in your household, your mother laid down the law. Women run houses. If you ever in the father enforces it. Thank you. If you ever find a house, that's right.
You said that because I was about to say something else.
Yeah, but you only enforced that which was laid down.
I agree with what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, you only enforce. See, that's the whole thing. People think that when we give this information and we're trying to disrespect or throw out the son. No, everything has to be in order, because without that, then it becomes a real problem. But I've met women that say, yeah, the man runs the house, and I'm saying, well, that's a messed up house, because there's no man that runs the house. I mean, if he is running the house, ain't nothing happening. It ain't right. It's not right, because she's the lawmaker, the lawgiver, and you're the law enforcer. So that's the way that go. Now, she want to make you pretend that.
I think I got to hide that part from my wife.
I bet you do.
Because I'm the lawmaker in the house.
Well, then we need to talk. Because
we need to talk.
Do you have children?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but the law that you're laying down, is it her law? Is it the law from your mother?
We both agree with it.
So you make laws. You can't make law. I'm going to tell you why you can't make law.
Tell me why.
Let me tell you why you can't make law. Because the moment that you're born, anybody, that is all law manifested in the flesh. Your law when you get here. And she lays it down. And it's just that simple.
It's up to us. It's up to us as we move forward in this conscious thought and trying to raise a lot of the, yeah, look at this shit.
Put it down, Sarnetta.
Look at this damn shit.
What I'm looking at is the beautiful way the picture was made.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm looking at.
Right.
The artistic way.
Right.
I'm not looking at the
Oh, now wait now, Si.
Whoever did this.
Right, good work, right?
That's good work.
Here's the deal.
You know what I'm saying?
Check it out.
What you mean?
On the knowledge? No, on the knowledge. Not I ain't a Moor, but you know I'm not.
I'm a nigga.
Yes,
What happened,
from where? From where? I cannot tell.
For you. Wait. For you.
So you born here?
Don't tell her you're a nigga. You gotta give her the history now. What's going on?
This year I got my nationality. Pretty much my nationality card, but I've been studying for about 20 years.
No.
Or organization, or a movement, or crew. Because many people say, I'm not down with the Moors, or I'm not a Moor. They attribute it to a card-carrying group.
Right. Well, first of all, you know, in all of this, we got at some point get into what Prophet knew what you all leave, because that's something to really clear up. But first of all, when people say, I'm not down with the Moors, what are the Moors doing? Well, they need to look at themselves and say, what are you doing? Because you're a Moor, whether you recognize it or not. Again, just giving the explanation of what that is.
From the militant aspect of it, like the militant, the quote unquote, the so-called militant group that's out there, a lot of them seem to can't get with the Moors because they say they are integrationalists. How much who? Integrationalists, meaning that y'all don't mind white people being Moors, or white people can come amongst you. Let's talk.
In reference to the to Marcus Garvey's involvement with the Klan, it all started from a letter that was written and then sent to the Attorney General, the Honorable Harry M. Daugherty, United States Attorney General, Department of Justice, Washington, D.C. It was addressed to him January 15th, 1923. It was sent to him by 8 black males who had a problem with Marcus Garvey and his organization called the Universal Negro Improvement Association. not the Rastafarian movement. In this letter, which is in the back of the book, and Marcus Garvey says that you can access these records. They are court records, and I'm pretty sure you can still find them today. If you just probably contact the National Archives or the United States Attorney General's office. Anyway, these 8 black males state in paragraph 2 of this letter, the movement known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association has done much to stimulate the violent temper of this dangerous element. Its president and moving spirit is one Marcus Garvey, an unscrupulous demagogue who has ceaselessly and assiduously sought to spread among Negroes distrust and hatred of all white people. Paragraph 3. The official organ of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, the Negro World, of which Marcus Garvey is managing editor, sedulously and continually seeks to arouse ill feeling between the races. Evidence has also been presented of an apparent alliance of Garvey with the Ku Klux Klan. Okay. Now, Marcus Garvey's response to that section of the letter in paragraph 2, his response to paragraph 2, about being unscrupulous and a demagogue, we need pay no attention because the very villains who wrote such a letter are better able to interpret unscrupulousness and demagogy than anyone else, and that they seem to know more about it. But when it comes to the point of Marcus Garvey assiduously seeking to spread among Negroes distrust and hatred for all white people, it is time for the white and black races to realize the truth about the Universal Negro Improvement Association and its president. At no time has the president of the Universal Negro Improvement Association preached hatred of the white people. That in itself is a violation of the Constitution of the organization, which teaches all its members to love and respect the rights of all races, believing that by doing so, others will in turn love and respect our rights.
Talk more about that as well.
Well, the first thing,
because our people still dealing with the black and white issue.
You just answered it. But be honest with you, you just answered it. They're dealing with the black and white issue, which is absolutely a farce and has nothing to do with these issues. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. This black and white issue is what was set before them to deal with, to be a diversion. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think about the what you call militant, but they're really the warriors with, I would say, without a cause, because this is the cause. The cause is to protect family, and that starts with mother and the children. But now, as far as this black and white, go back to that because it's important. Is that was what was placed in the front, and what we need to recognize is that so-called white people, because we gotta stop. You know what? We're saying that we gotta stop calling ourselves black. But equally, once you understand that, you gotta stop calling these people white. Not just because white is a political status, or white means purity, and purity means God, and God is the ruler of the earth. It's because they're not white people. Period. If it goes for us, it goes for them. Now, their nationality, they gave it up when they came over here to try to take your stuff, your land, your estate. They had to give up their nationality to become a United States of America citizen, which is a corporation. Now, let's get straight with why that's important. If it's a corporation and you are a citizen / member of a corporation, there's nothing for you to be but a employee / servant of a corporation. Mm-hmm. There's no other nothing there to be. It's no such thing as that. Because the whole deal was to birthright theft. Mm-hmm. The whole deal was, where's my land that for them? The whole deal was like, this is really the quote-unquote promised land. This is really the quote-unquote heart of civilization. This is really what you might call Northwest Africa. That's what, and I say that to people so they can stop saying I'm going back to Africa and understand that they're in it.
This is the Garden of Eden.
It's the Garden of Eden.
That's what they had in Columbus's journal, but they arrived
absolutely
in the Garden of Eden.
So what has happened is absolute lies.
Milk and honey.
That's right. And the land of milk and honey is another terminology. So these things are important because as you're doing studies and you read books, well, however old they may be or whatever like that, and if it says the land of milk and honey, you need to know they're talking about the North American continent. If you don't know that, then you miss it. And that's part of our problem. That part of our problem is the miseducation. We have been lied to.
I want to go back to what you were saying earlier about the nationality concept. There are brothers and sisters that are claiming that they're sovereign, but they have, driver's license and they still have slave names. So can you please explain or clarify for those brothers and sisters out there that, they are following the concepts of sovereignty, but if you are a national, if you are a U.S. citizen, it can only be property or 14th Amendment citizen. How does that contradict with your claim for sovereignty?
Well, first of all, and this is absolutely, unequivocally, most important, you do not have sovereignty if you don't have a nationality.
None.
No.
It comes first.
It comes with it.
Exactly.
In other words, sovereignty doesn't stand on its own.
Can.
It comes with nationality.
Yes.
So the unity for everybody is nationality. Everybody got one. What's yours?
So what if there's an organization that say that they have a nation?
Okay, an organization that says they have a nation, first of all, nations start with women.
Yeah.
That's number one, coming from her womb. Mm-hmm. She is the one who creates nations. So there's a bunch of some brothers, sons somewhere talking about they started a nation. That's corporate. That's fictitious. In fact, this whole thing about nationality wouldn't even be a thing if it wasn't for the fact that people respected and honored their mothers and fathers from the first place. Because one mother's breast had given us all suck. One mother's breast had given us all suck.
Okay, but I've been a Muslim, born and raised Muslim, so it's all one to me.
And in the temple.
No, I'm not.
You're not temple. No. You were with Taj Tariq?
Yes, I've studied under Taj.
All right. Generally, Taj says that the Caucasian is the amalgamated Moor.
Right, I've heard that.
What does that mean?
Said he didn't want to come
It'd be great to come from Taj, and what I get from that is that amalgamated Moor was created from gene of the Moors, and according, I guess bringing up the Yaqub story, maybe that's what I get from it. I'm not sure. But you'd have to ask Taj why he would.
Today, Elder Taj Tariq Bey, were the Umayyads, the Arab invaders, were they Moors?
Yes, they're amalgamated. Everyone is amalgamated. When you look at the world, if you talk to people who really know human history, including Europeans, they will tell you the whole human family came from the African woman, the great Moabitess.
Yes.
And for us to keep pretending that, that the different nation states of people are totally different is totally corrupted.
And you're saying that all of these people...
I'm just noting genetic facts. I'm not really I don't deal with belief systems too much. Okay. Most people that come with this stuff usually express a lot of their emotions, their opinions, but upon examination, they have limited scholarship.
Okay.
They really, and so what you find is people are always debating instead of presenting facts. Meaning that if I ask this brother here, how much is 2 and 2, good brother? Sis, how much is 2 and 2? If you ask a Chinese how much is 2 and 2, what's he most likely going to say? Even if it needs interpretation. So it is with the human family on the planet.
That's all it is. Now, is that enough for us to address and fix what's happening today if we don't have an accurate understanding of what actually happened in history? Because there are a lot of people generalizing.
This is the problem. If you don't know the past, if you don't acknowledge the past and the flaws, because we keep trying to play this self-righteous stuff. If you pay attention to our people, as soon as they get into this so-called fake spirituality, they're always trying to play self-righteous like they know God, Jesus, Allah, nobody else does type things. You understand? All you got to do is look at what we have done to our own children with our BS and our fake Afrocentricity and our fake everything. The manifest is what you see all around you.
But that
I don't agree.
We should,
I don't.
We should just keep the white man.
No, I don't.
At arm's distance.
I don't. I think Todd is not an expert in Moorish Empire science. He doesn't know the history of the Moors. So let me just see if he's filming.
So the history,
all right, so now we started.
the civics?
So we gonna start. All right,
yes,
peace.
Sir. Peace a lot.
All right,
all is well, Brother Reggie.
All right,
pleasure to meet you.
I gotta get real scholarship because they wild.
All right. So
talk up, y'all talk up.
Yeah. So peace
Peace
again.
a lot.
All right, good.
All is well.
So we're gonna just chit chat about just a few things to clear it up for the people because we got this debate coming up, right?
Right.
And the debate is in brothership, even though there's a big disagreement, right?
Well, of course, I believe that in order for intellectuals to come together, you come together at a round table and everybody can voice their opinions, and then we can get what's common, what's different, and then, we weigh it on the scale. Peace, Allah. All is well. I know the brother too. I know your face, brother. Yes,
Would it, people are curious, would it, you think that Brother Taj Tariq Bey said when the Caucasian was the amalgamated Moor, what do you think that is? People are concerned about that. What do you think?
Well, it'd be good to ask Brother Taj.
Or is it?
I don't know if it's general teachings, but what I do know is I believe that the amalgamated Moor, being the European or the albino, come from the Moors, who are the original people, and then after the original people, everybody came from the original people. So I figured he's saying down the line the European or the so-called European came from the Moors. I'm not sure, but that's what I get from it.
Okay, so a lot of times people play word games, right? The word amalgamated, what does that mean?
I haven't looked it up.
See, because it has nothing to do with biology and it has nothing really to do with genes, right? It is more of a business term, right? Of something being there and combining with something else. And it becomes amalgamated, right? So it existed before, right? And then it combines with another entity, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's more of a business term than it is, in fact, a...
So it wouldn't be a DNA term being
well,
mixed.
That's the big question.
These people don't even know this. And they're going to talk about Kemet 2,000 years ago, talk about Jesus, Muhammad, etc. They're not even up on what's happening today. Even like when we're talking, they say, speaking of Morocco, the Morocco over there, you're standing on Morocco. That's our biggest problem.
Is that a belief? Is that a belief? To say that we're actually standing on Morocco, yes, right?
That's fact.
On what basis of fact do you have? I'm not here to debate you, but I'm not clear about that, right? What basis of fact do you have to say that using that word base, right?
What word base?
Of Morocco. Morocco is...
You got to understand etymology now. Explain
right.
to what etymology
explain to me, well, explain to the listeners, not to me. Because to say that this is Morocco seems to me belief more than anything else.
Well, I can understand what you're saying. Just like if you say to a child, 2 and 2 is 4, and the child says, it seems to me that that's belief. The same thing with people that are not scholars. Now, let me give you a signal. Knowing that our people, half of our so-called leaders are COINTELPRO operatives, which means they're paid off to keep promoting this black thing and to disgrace this information rather than really raise people. That's number one. First signal of a COINTELPRO operative. Number two, I suggest if you want to know, write to the Library of Congress. Deal with Clocks of Destiny 1 and 2 with the certificates and get the information from the Library of Congress on Morocco here, etc., and then we can talk.
And this
because you, yes, exactly. That's why it's registered in the Library of Congress. Why is it registered in the Library of Congress? Because everybody knows that our people claim to be scholars know this information. But what they do, rather than actually raise the people, they actually try to create what they call schismata, divisions, arguments, no unity. They claim unity and do everything to the contrary without scholarship. If you ask them anything about unum sanctum, dum diversus, Romanus Pontifex, the doctrine of discovery, the policies that are actually operating in every institution here that function against our people, they have no knowledge, but they're going to tell you about Africa. What you have is that you have fake scholars who keep getting paid off, that keep promoting these people as crayons, knowing that that makes them non-descendable. Whether it was black, green, purple.
Fake scholars? Give me a fake scholar.
Anybody that continues to call these people of Moorish Asiatic descent black, knowing it makes them non-descendable. We're talking about a political issue of estate and birthright.
Is Dr. John Henry Clark one of those? Who are you talking about?
He knows that these people are Moors.
Huh?
He knows that these people are Moors, so does everyone else.
Moors is just descriptive. You're not.
Well, no, that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Because I don't see.
Give me the fact. Give me the facts. Give me the facts.
Where does the word derive from?
Give me the facts.
First used the word.
It's short for Moroccan.
Right. And when did it originate? When it become in
it comes from ancient Moabite, from Central America, what you call Old Amexem.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
All right. So in England, right? When Al-Mansur began to have conversations at the embassy in England, right?
Yes.
That is when
was he sitting around talking about black people, or was he talking about Moors?
He was talking about his.
Was he talking about black people, or was he talking about Moors?
He was talking about
question again. Was he talking about black people, or was he talking about Moors?
He wasn't talking about black people. He was
talking
about.
Of course he wasn't. No, because it's a brand that has its life in North America from Dutch masters after they came to North America.
He was talking about his sultan. That's what he was talking about. During work, Al-Mansur was.
Let me ask you a question. What was his nationality?
His nationality, he was a sultan.
No, it's nationality.
I asked you what his nationality was.
They were forming nations.
I didn't ask you his position.
They weren't even forming nations.
Listen, he said, what is his
nationality? I didn't ask you his position. I asked you his nationality.
Not his title. It's like saying Esquire.
Al-Mansur was establishing the Moroccan.
I didn't ask you what he was doing. I asked you what his nationality.
Going back to that, we're saying, what is his nationality? What was his nationality?
I don't believe that it was a nation.
I didn't ask you what your beliefs are. I asked you what was his nationality.
Okay, watch this.
Because you keep bringing him up.
I am bringing him. Do you know who he is? First of all,
no, we know who he is, but we just asked his nationality. We just
hold on. We didn't ask his nationality. I don't believe he had a nationality. That's my point. You're saying his nationality was Moroccan?
Conversation's over.
Rasul, what up, yo? I'm gonna have to get on this one. Yo, the might Canaan Moabite flow tight like Moor to blood moons full reflecting sun's light. At night, Moor's order of round table setters. Ourself law, a master is more than letters. Vocal mudra, I write spells by spelling. Tone intelligent, no need for SETI yelling. Black power, most won't check what we're taught. Power is all illusion, it's all about force. Thoughts make magistrates bend, not back spasms. Active more stand on squares when that happens. Ancestors step out of realms into beings. Pen one wizard, make them reveal eyes of lizards. Seeing, never doubt self, Allah and man will force one to inner, under and overstand. If man's hand can extend past Allah, what your ancient foremothers and forefathers are. You are with no doubt or contradiction. 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 I wear beads of Buddhist cause I know him as Asiatic, a prophet. You think he's black, just stop it. Solomon said I'm black, belong to a nation. I respect that more than what black power's saying. Living the biggest fraud and lie I ever heard. Crows don't say I'm black cause it's a bird. Curiosity made cats find out about 8 lives. Knowing that self will eliminate hate crimes. Garvey and Drew Ali said return to your vines. As well go back to the ancestor state of mind. Oludara is really an American name. Fezzes in front, court clerks that their clerical gains. Hereticals claim but being Morris culture. X-Clan Fez is a magnetic MC ultra, strangling vultures and kobolds, ancestors with no nose on sculptures. Conscious people, man, so closed and so scrumptious. Axe vampires, to touch your hair is why you got hired. Taking some energy, they know that you're connected and linked to sources ancestral. All you gotta do is think. If man's hand is too short to box with God, don't call him dreads when it's locks, you fraud. And if man's hand can extend past Allah, what your ancient foremothers and forefathers are. You are with no doubt or contradiction. 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 You are. Forefathers are.